Unfortunately, there are times in life when things just don't go the way that you plan. And oftentimes that involves lawsuits, being sued, somebody hiring a lawyer, writing a letter, threatening you, demanding something of you. Any of those sort of legal options that people might have, they could take those options and apply them against you. What do you do in a situation where you're being faced with some sort of legal action and you don't have the ability to afford a lawyer to represent you? Do you have any options? Well, inside today's video, I'm going to discuss just that. Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm Peter Lamont. I'm a business attorney and the host of utlradio.com. Today we're going to talk about options for you when you don't have the funds available to hire an attorney. Now, it's not just that you don't have the funds. There are times when maybe you're being sued for such a nominal amount of money, such a small amount, that it just doesn't warrant spending the money on an attorney. So this video talks really about times when you either can't afford an attorney or it doesn't make any economical sense to hire an attorney. And what options would you have? Well, there's option one, which is you represent yourself, and that's called pro se representation. And most of our courts in New Jersey, New York, throughout the country, they have websites that are pretty decent and have a lot of pro se forms on them. And those forms, if you follow them, you read the instructions, will help you prepare your response to whatever legal issue that you're facing, whether it's a complaint or maybe you were served with a subpoena. So the courts will generally have some broad-based information to provide you with some support. So pro se representation is obviously number one. Now, there's times when you could be the most studious person and you're reading the website and you just don't understand some of the nuances or legalese or what have you, and you're not able to get what you want accomplished. But again, you still don't have the money to hire an attorney. What can you do then? Well, there are a lot of arrangements that attorneys can make with you that are still within their ethical confines and can help you. So for example, you could hire a lawyer for a telephone consultation where maybe it's not a general do I have a case call. It's the kind of call where you say, listen, I'm involved in this lawsuit and I need some advice. And you could pay them for their time. They could give you some feedback and some advice that might help you. And most often, a half-hour phone call or even an hour call is going to be significantly cheaper than hiring a lawyer to handle the whole case. So if you're involved as a pro se litigant, you find an attorney that's willing to speak with you. You can pay them for a half hour or an hour of their time, and you can ask your questions and get some legal advice. Now, a variation of that is the idea of, it's kind of like a ghostwriter. So you can hire an attorney who will write documents for you, will prepare your legal arguments, do the legal research, put it together in a brief, and then you still represent yourself. So you actually sign those documents, you go to court, you argue for yourself, but you have the attorney ghostwrite the documents for you. That's another option that still allows attorneys to practice within the ethical confines of the requirements set forth by the ethics committee in each state, and it gives you access to an attorney. And again, you're going to be paying far less for an attorney just to draft a motion or draft a document than you would if you had the attorney on the entire case. So those are really, it kind of is a variation of the pro se model. You're representing yourself, but you can get assistance from attorneys in these two primary ways: advice or some direction by paying for an hour or so of their time, or ghostwriting. Now, in another video, we're going to address this issue of legal aid societies and public attorneys being appointed to you. We're not going to get to that topic here, but let me just say this, that it is not easy to get a public attorney, a public defender. They're primarily, restricted to criminal cases. You're not going to be able to get a public defender, a quote-unquote public defender, to help you with the civil case. And likewise, legal aid societies and volunteer lawyers, they're typically involved in divorces and immigration and custody. They're not in a civil defense suit. We'll talk about that in another video, and I'll drop a link in this video to that video so you can check that out too. But basically, I just wanted to give you some options when you're representing yourself pro se, how you can bring a lawyer in to give you some guidance and some feedback. So when you can't afford an attorney and you're representing yourself pro se, think about contacting an attorney for advice, for a phone call, or to do some ghostwriting for you. And there's variations of that as well, where you could hire an attorney maybe to proofread your work or to give you suggestions. I've seen plenty of pro se litigants find an attorney, they've already written their motion, they just want the attorney to tighten it up or add legal research. Any of those things are possibilities. You just have to find the right attorney that's willing to do that. Not all attorneys are, but it certainly is an option for you. Well, I hope that this helps give you some ideas with how you can incorporate some professional legal help into your pro se matter. If you have questions about this topic, please give me a call, send me an email. My email address is info@utlradio.com, and there's links to utlradio.com and all of our social media sites down below in the notes. You can contact us through Facebook, YouTube, leave a comment below, Twitter, you can send the email, there's phone numbers listed on the website. Any way that you feel more comfortable, reach out and we'll be able to explain in greater detail this or any of the topics that we discuss. I want to thank you all for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when new videos come out. Also, there's a podcast that's available for free on iTunes, and check out utlradio.com for a complete set of links and free business and legal information. It's all there at utlradio.com. And don't forget to tell your friends, family, and colleagues about utlradio.com, your business success and legal information station. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.